Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. The government has opened its books and they show the recession is over. That's thanks to the cyclone recovery and record levels of inward migration. But don't celebrate just yet. The economic pain looks set to continue for the next 18 months. Treasury says inflation will stay higher for longer than expected, but will be overtaken by rising wages. Interest rates are also picked to linger at high levels. And the surplus has been pushed out by another year. As political reporter Amelia Wade explains, that's forced political parties to start tweaking their election promises.
Aotearoa, the wait is over.
Kia ora.
Today, in answer to the question, just how big is Grant Robertson's hole?
No $20 billion hole?
Absolutely none.
But the books are a bit cooked. There was $3.5 billion less in tax for the government to spend, and it's going to have to borrow $13.4 billion more than expected. On the whole, though, a bit better than expected.
We are seeing light at the end of the tunnel for those people who've been experiencing what's happened here.
Because back to save the day yet again, migration. A record of nearly 100,000 arrivals, about 33,000 more than expected, which helped ease labour shortages, but on balance added to inflation pressure, which kept interest rates high.
Have we overcooked migration?
I don't believe so. At every single meeting I've had with the business community over the course of the last 2 to 3 years, they have cried out for the ability to bring in the skilled workers that we need.
And that stubborn old inflation is going to stick around until next year.
I know that people are tired and that people are worried and that people are anxious about what's happened over recent times. And I recognise that what that can sometimes people want is just things to be different and things to be better. But a change of government doesn't guarantee that.
I want to be crystal clear, Grant Robertson is going to go down as one of the worst finance ministers this country has ever had.
It's going to take fiscal prudence from everyone to get us out of this thing.
Put simply, Labor has left the cupboard bare.
ACT is backing away from its full suite of tax cuts.
So we're constantly having to adjust our alternative budget to match the reality of this government spending track.
National isn't backing away from anything.
We are recommitting to tax relief.
Though there's already $500 million missing from the climate fund National wanted to raid to pay for its tax cuts.
We're aware of the changes in the document today and we will reflect those in our full fiscal plan.
National says a change of government is the only way out.
I'm telling you, Kiwis deserve much better than this.
But is that change inflation-inducing tax cuts?
We are the only country in the Asia-Pacific region in a recession.
Well, actually, not anymore. That's the silver lining from today.
That statement is not true.
As of today, we are the only country in an economic recession. With the forecast going forward, there is slow, anemic growth. I would say there is nothing to be proud about here.
We have got through this period with lower deficits, lower unemployment, and more people in work earning higher wages, and that is something that I am proud of.
Pride, clearly, in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, kia ora, Amelia. So when are we going to see all these fiscal plans the parties are promising?
Well, the Greens say all their dream plans will be covered by their wealth tax, whereas ACT is promising to drop its financial plan probably next Tuesday. National, on the other hand, says its fiscal plan will be released before advanced voting opens on October 2. Labor is making that same commitment because it too has to show it's working for its pretty spendy promises. But the finance fight has already kicked off. Labor is taking issue with the Nats, saying they've left the cupboard bare because the government has baked in health spending and other core agencies into the books. But whichever way you look at this required economic reading, it's clear that whoever wins the election is going to be living with a pretty tight economic belt.
Ngā mihi, Amelia. Thanks so much.